No, it went away. Oh,
What's up, guys, and welcome back to episode 5 of Huntin the Boot podcast. As always, I'm your host, Zach Leonard, and alongside me, my best friend and co host, Mr. Jared Elaine.
what's up? What's up, brother?
Another day in paradise, my boy. Another week gone by, another week in
Living
hunting
somebody's
season.
dream.
I'm telling you what, and it ain't mine because
Yeah, I'm about ready to retire and start hunting full time. I can tell you that.
yeah, let's do it. Hey, y'all blow up Hunting the Boot, man. We would
Yeah,
love to be able to bring y'all content full time all day,
yeah.
every
If I
day.
could do this for a living, it'd be a lot better. But nah, man, we've been blessed. It's been good. A good
Absolutely.
last couple weekends for sure.
Sure. Duck season started here in South Louisiana. That's been a banger. I know some people killed a lot of ducks, Jared himself being one of those.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
had a couple good deer hunts this week at Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving just passed. I'm excited to share those stories. Saw a lot of deer, saw some young deer with a lot of potential. Super excited to see what they turn into a couple of years, but we'll get into that later on. Right now, while we're at it, don't forget, guys, we are doing a giveaway for these Moultrie Edge free cameras. The drawing will be December 12th. So if you haven't already, jump on over to our Facebook page, like, share, and comment, and tag two buddies to be entered to win. And like I said,
absolutely.
once again, December 12th, we'll do the drawing. If you are not local, we will ship you the cameras. If you are local, then you get to meet us in person.
That's a fact. And I think we got like what 55 entries right now. 55,
Yeah,
56,
55
something
to
like
60.
that.
I have to go back and look. So, yeah, really awesome turnout so far. Hopefully,
Yeah,
we
for
can get a
sure.
few more in there. Um, we can go from there. So, but guys, we'll jump right into it tonight. Jared, I actually would
Hear
love
about a little duck season opener action.
to hear about what happened in opening weekend of South Louisiana Duck opener.
Man, so typical Louisiana fashion, it wasn't cold opening weekend.
Absolutely not.
Um, so let's see. This past weekend, there was the weekend before that. So let's see. Opening weekend, we got out there Friday. Yeah, we got out there Friday evening pretty late. Tried to go scout a couple holes and ended up pretty much running out of daylight. We found some birds, but it wasn't exactly what we were looking for. Um, we knew it'd be a decent hunt. Didn't really know how it would turn out. We found a few birds in a hole. It was a pretty good walk. It was hot. Fog was bad. So we were just kind of on a hope and a prayer. But we got out there really early Saturday morning, a lot earlier than we probably should have.
Yeah.
And we got in the hole. Fog was terrible. We had
Well,
to literally,
let's hold on. Let's stop right there because you say, "Oh, hold on, I lost my microphone for a second. Sorry about that." You said y'all got in the hole a lot earlier than you should have, but for anybody who's ever hunted Louisiana public land, there is no such thing as being in the hole earlier than
too
you
early.
need to be. Right.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. But we got in there. Shoot, we were in the hole before 5 o'clock. Shooting light wasn't until 6:08, 6:09.
hmm
We were there before 5 a.m. So we got set up and we had to fight mosquitoes for about an hour.
Naturally.
Oh yeah, no doubt. So we were set up. Shooting light came and it got western quick. There was birds flying. We had wood ducks. We had teal. And it was kind of one of those moments where you just kind of sat back and took it all in. But you didn't really know. You didn't know what birds to shoot at. What you had birds decoying, birds flying. You had birds working, and it was just kind of one of those moments where you just sit back and you just look at it and you're like, this turned out a little bit better than we expected.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Um, so right off the rip, we scratched a lemon and a half, maybe or so of birds, and what was really neat about it was is it was foggy all morning long, and we sat in the hole looking at the fog, looking at the fog, looking at the fog. We're like, man, it's gonna be a slow hunt. This is not gonna be fun. Fog was thick. We could barely see the decoys.
Yeah.
And 5 minutes before shooting, like the fog lifted and the birds got up.
Yeah.
So we scratched a couple limits pretty quick, and it turned off fast.
God said, "Let
Um,
there be birds," and there went the fog.
yeah, and they
You
were
know
they
what
were
I
there.
mean? Absolutely.
Um, so it turned off pretty quick, and We didn't have any wind. As the wind picked up throughout the morning, I think we hunted till about 9 o'clock. And ended up, we didn't quite kill our. Let's see, we had how many people we had? What is five of us? It was five of us. We didn't quite kill a 5-man limit. I think we might have scratched four, if
Sure.
not close to it. All in all, it was a good opening morning for what we found, to say the least. Definitely wasn't mad about it. It was an amazing hunt. We had a great time. So yeah, opening morning was good for us. We had a really good time. Shot some birds. Glad the fog lifted. And then let's see, going into Sunday morning, I'm trying to think. We shot that whole Saturday morning. Did pretty good. And Sunday we beat feet. We put on miles. Or
Yeah.
Saturday after the hunt, we put on miles looking for birds and couldn't find them. They just weren't there. So
Yeah.
it was slow. We didn't really have a game plan. We knew that there was still a few birds left in that hole that we shot Saturday morning, and we didn't really want to go back in there, but that was kind of our only hope.
Sure.
Hey, pause the video right quick. So Sunday morning, we decided that our best bet was going to be to go back to the same spot that we hunted Saturday morning, and it definitely wasn't a scratch. We killed a few birds, but just for the sake of the content, I I only had a few clips from Sunday. We shot most of our birds in pretty low light conditions. After the first initial flight, we didn't kill anything else after that. Um, so I put a few of the low light videos into the opener mix. Um, so all around, it was a good opening weekend. It was hot. The weather really wasn't cooperating. But we did have one really good hunt and one pretty decent hunt. Was kind of worried because we didn't really see a whole lot of birds, so we were kind of nervous about that. Which South Louisiana, typical for this time of the year.
Yeah, you'll definitely have that when it's November 26th and it's
70
85
degrees.
degrees outside. Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
If you're not hunting the coast in the marsh, you know you're gonna have to put on miles to find birds. That's for sure.
yeah.
And where we hunt is, we're not really limited to where we hunt because I mean we could really go anywhere. But we kind of have our own little area that we kind of stay private to that we we're really familiar with, and we can stay on birds in our little area when they're there. So
Yep.
fast forward throughout last week, a pretty decent front push through,
Oh,
which we
finally, a little bit of
yeah,
cold in South Louisiana, baby.
which was Thanksgiving week, and boy, it was a juggle, huh? Between you got a cold front pushing, you got a hard north wind, and birds are pushing down, and here come the holidays, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Absolutely. Wouldn't
so
wouldn't have it any other way. You have to mix
yeah,
family time
so
with bird hunting and deer hunting and being in the woods and out the woods and back home and smelling like trash and
oh, it
whatever,
never
whatever.
fails.
So,
So
but
we had a good front push through the week, and I can tell you this past weekend we definitely noticed a difference.
mm,
Um, for the amount of time that we were in the woods and the amount of hunts we actually made, um, I'm not going to say we didn't use the best of our time management in the woods, but we were hit with a couple curveballs. Um, so Wednesday evening, we got off of work and headed out to the camp, and we found the juice. We found some birds. So everybody was amped up. Wednesday night at the camp, it was restless. Everybody was up. It was 11 o'clock, midnight, and everybody's still sitting around getting the game plan, talking about all the birds we found in the hole. Like, boys, we got to be up in 4 hours, you know. So you go take a
absolutely.
shower, you lay down, and you. I mean, I could think I can speak for everybody there. We were just thinking about the amount of birds we saw in this hole, and to say we got rest was being graceful. I don't think anybody really slept very well that night. Everybody was pretty amped up. I think everybody was up and making coffee before the alarms even went off. Just
Absolutely.
trying to rush to sunrise as fast as we could. So Thanksgiving morning, we all knew we had family obligations, obviously. So we knew we had to get it done quick. And with the amount of birds we saw in the hole, we knew it was a potential, but we just had to set up right. And that was one of our big things that we all talked about was where we were hunting. The water was the water was deep last year, but we
Hmm.
hadn't been in the hole this year. So it was a toss up. Do we bring a P-row? Do we bring a jet sled? Can we walk in waders? How hard is the bottom? What are we getting ourselves into? Well, we didn't really know and we couldn't go in there because there was a few hundred birds on the water. So it was like, all right, we'll just be safe than sorry. So we brought the jet sled, the P-row, 4 or 5 dozen decoys, the whole nine. And when you're walking 5 people
Yep.
in, it's just under a half a mile walk through the woods is where we had to go. So to tote that much equipment in, we knew we had to be up and at it early. We had to get in there. We couldn't let anybody beat us to the hole because if anybody else is doing homework like we are, you know, I highly doubt we were the only people that knew that there were birds there. But
Oh, absolutely.
once again, you get up, get in time. We got out there. We get out to the hole, and we were able to get to the point that we wanted to get to with the wind direction that we had and with where we saw the most feeding activity or congregation of the mass of the birds. We knew that if we could get to this one point in this hole, that it was going to be wicked.
Yeah.
And so we get in there, we got set up. Ended up, thankfully, we brought the P-row. It was soft bottom, deep water, um, unwalkable in waders.
Hmm.
So we got the decoys set up. We got everything set out, and man, both I'd say probably 8 minutes before shooting time, it turned magical. The,
Yeah.
I mean, it was at one point, without exaggeration, we probably had between 80 to 120 birds just in the hole, in and out
Yeah.
the hole. You had birds landing, birds on the water. You had birds circling, and it was unreal.
Yeah. How
It
crazy
was,
is it that you can kind of go from no birds to a ton of birds to little birds back to 200 birds all in just the snap of a finger? You know what I mean?
man,
And
I'll tell you,
especially hunting a little bit of timber, you know what I mean? Just all of a sudden here they come over the top of the trees and you don't even know they're there.
and
So
they're in your face, and man, it
yeah.
was beautiful. It was that hunt right there that we made Thanksgiving morning was hands down one of the top 3 duck hunts I've ever been on in my life.
Yeah. That's
Um,
awesome.
so shooting light broke, and there was 5 of us in the hole. We shot the first birds we shot were wood ducks, and we
Nice.
had two. We had two. Yeah, no doubt. We had 2 wood ducks come in, and 2 in, 2 dead. And when we shot, birds from all over the hole that were in the woods, in the shuck grass, got up and left.
Hmm.
And we were just kind of sitting there for, I mean, it wasn't probably 45 seconds, but I know I was thinking it. I was like, man, what if they don't come back? Like, what if
Right.
that was it? All these birds flushed into this hole first thing in the morning. We shoot, and what if the birds don't come back? I
Yeah.
mean, no later than I got that thought through my head. Here come a ball of teal, and from from shooting light to about 8:15, it was about every 5 to 10 minutes we would get a ball of teal, we would get some gray ducks, we had some spoonbill, some wood ducks. I mean, they were just trickling back in. They dispersed, and I mean, it was textbook. The birds were just trickling back in, and you'd get a volley of 7, 8 teal, or you'd get 2 or 3 wood ducks, or you'd get you a couple gray ducks that want to come and work and work
Yeah.
and work and work and do
Oh,
great,
talk
and then they
about talk about a gray duck don't like to do nothing but circle for 45 minutes and then flare the last circle they make. Get out of
or
there.
land 60 yards outside the decoys.
Right. Right.
It's nothing more frustrating.
No, grays are like one of the hardest working birds. Oh, dude, I don't.
But they
Anyways,
put on a beautiful show. And
yeah.
just a little backstory: my buddy Brennan was hunting next to me, and he, the first couple volleys of birds, his gun wouldn't shoot, and his firing pin had got stuck in his gun. So
Oh,
I ended up giving him my gun, and I just video. I shot. I think I shot. I'd say I shot 2 birds. I know I killed one for sure, and then after that, I gave him my gun and I just videoed.
yeah.
And
It's a hard life trying to be a content creator.
yeah, no doubt. But Man, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Absolutely not.
I got the footage right now. It's all in CapCut and it's working on getting edited. I know we just posted the video of opening weekend this week. Um, me and CapCut are not best friends yet, by no means. But I'm trying to get there. So, and especially from that hunt, I have a lot of footage. And
Yeah.
but man, I got some beautiful videos of birds. And sure enough, before 8:30, we were done. And the best part about it is the last bird from our limit was a lone gray duck. That's
Mm.
what secured our 30th bird, our five
The
pin.
lone gray duck that doesn't work, it just flies straight in.
He actually came in with a. So we had one bird left. We had passed a couple of volleys of teal because we were trying to get an accurate count of all of our ducks. And teal are just lightning and decoys, lightning and
Yeah.
decoys. We're trying to count them, pick up the rest of our birds, make sure we didn't leave any cripples, make sure we didn't find none in the shut grass. So finally, once we got an accurate count of all our birds, we were like, all right, we got one more, boys. We got 29 birds. And no sooner than everybody gets kind of set back up, y'all will see a group of, I think, 6 or 7 teal break the trees. And I mean, just did it dirty. Straight, just locked in, flipping and flaring, straight into the decoys. And no sooner than they hit the water, you just hear him, bip, 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 bip. And here he comes, just floating in right behind him. Everybody, shoot the gray, shoot the gray. Everybody pulls up, boom, boom, boom. I mean, you couldn't have mounted him if you could have took him to the best taxidermy in the world. Couldn't have mounted that bird.
Yeah, absolutely. 5 gun just hammering one bird at one time.
Yeah, but long story short, man, we were done by before 8:30. We got packed up, we got out of there, and as we were picking up decoys, there was birds lighting in the hole.
Yeah.
So we just knew we were like, all right, we need to get out of here. We need to let it rest. We need to let the birds get comfortable back in here. So we got out. Everybody made Thanksgiving on time. So wives and girlfriends were happy. Family was happy to see us.
Yeah.
Um, so
They
then,
said, y'all actually came out of the woods for us.
yeah, it was like, well, if you'd have been on the hunt I was on this morning, I'll do anything today.
Right.
Everybody was in the
That's right.
best moods.
That's right.
So we got out, did Thanksgiving, and we were gonna hunt Friday morning. So long story short, I ended up having to go to work Thursday night and didn't get home from work till like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Mm.
So the Friday morning hunt got scratched. Brennan and his dad were out there, and I didn't make it back to the camp, and neither did Zach Thursday night. So they decided that they stayed up a little late, taking care of some stuff around the camp, and then we did Thanksgiving out at the camp this weekend. So they decided Friday morning, since it was just them two, they didn't have no help. They weren't going to walk another half a mile into the woods,
Yeah.
whatever. Because whenever we're hunting, we like to help Mr. Ricky out. Mr. Ricky, not to say he is incapable but he is Brennan's father and 50. I don't want to insult him. I'm gonna just say 50 years old. Mr. Ricky is one hell of a man, and I love having him hunt with us. But we try to take care of him. We try to help him carry his stuff and try not to put no load on him, just because we know it's not easy walking through the woods and everything else, and we want him to have an
Hmm.
enjoyable hunt too. So just them
Absolutely.
two going in was a little impractical. So they didn't hunt Friday morning. So we got out there Friday, and actually come to find out that the area that we hunt for ducks was closed this weekend,
Mm.
because it was and just because some of the deer regulations. I'm gonna just kind of leave it a little vague,
Yeah.
just for certain reasons. But long
Yeah.
story
If y'all want to
short,
know where he was bird hunting, DM me. I'll drop you a pin.
and if Zach drops you a pin, that will be the end of this podcast. But long story short, 99% of our holes were in this area that we were not allowed to hunt, and we did not learn this until Friday evening, pretty late. So Saturday morning, or Friday evening, we were scrambling because we had a set game plan. We just knew we were going in there killing 30 more birds. Saturday morning, so that put a dampener on the mood. So we ended up hunting an area Saturday morning and did not fire a shot. We just went in blind, didn't know nothing about, just an experimental sit, see what we
Hmm.
could see. Ended up, I mean, we seen some birds, did not fire a shot Saturday morning. and then sadly Sunday morning was a wash. We found some places to hunt. Figured it would be a pretty good wood duck shoot, and we kind of got up Saturday morning or Sunday morning moseying around, and it was raining pretty decent, and we had a pretty good band of weather coming through. Excuse me. So we just kind of decided we'll take a break. Let the woods rest. We're not gonna go beating up ground that we're not really too familiar with.
Yeah.
Just to try to shoot some wood ducks. We'll wait till we have a better game plan. Just kind of avoiding the whole getting everything ready and going out there and scratching again. So really and truly, Thursday morning hunt was a top 3 hunt of my lifetime, and then Saturday morning hunt didn't fire a shot and didn't hunt Friday and Sunday, which was kind of bummers because we had a long weekend and we were super pumped to get out there. But sometimes that's just the way it goes. Part of hunting public land, and
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
that's a fact. Mother Nature had other plans, but man, we were blessed. We got out there on the water. We did Saturday. We did Thanksgiving on the bayou. Yeah, that's about right. Saturday we did Thanksgiving on the bayou, so we had family, we had friends, we had girlfriends, wives, kids, godchildren, grandparents, everybody out there. So the fellowship was amazing. The group of people we had was awesome. We all hung out, we ate,
Awesome.
we watched football, and got to see some beautiful sunsets. And we lit a fire and we told stories around the fire all night. So it was awesome. It was a great weekend, especially one for us out of the camp. And it's always good when you get to go out there with some of your closest friends and scratch a few limits of birds out. So it was awesome, man. Duck season is
Absolutely.
definitely off to a great start for us. I'm super optimistic with already this early us, seeing the amount of birds that we've seen with the conditions that we have and killing the birds that we have. I got a
Mhm.
good feeling that this year for ducks is going to be a pretty decent one for us.
Yeah, I can't wait to get out there and shoot some birds with y'all. I know that.
Yeah,
I know
absolutely.
that's a fact, Jack.
You could take that to the bank, cuz.
Take that to the bank and cash it, brother. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
excited for that. That's awesome, dude. I'm excited for y'all. Y'all had some good hunts. Y'all had some not so good hunts, but that's the way everything goes, right? Especially birds, deer.
Absolutely.
They're one day and not the next. So, um, but yeah, I'd be excited to get out to the camp with y'all, shoot some birds. Just the friendship, the camaraderie of the camp life. Yeah, I absolutely love that.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
awesome, man. It's
so
beautiful out there. So it's I like to call it Louisiana's frontier, right?
that's
Not a
right.
whole lot of people out there, man, and it's
Mm-hmm.
peaceful.
Yep. Maybe go kill some wild hogs while we're out there. Um,
Woo. Yeah, that's coming soon. Cause I'm gonna tell you, I'm about tired of feeding them.
throw the pork on the pit, my boy.
What you know about that? Speaking of
Ooh,
pork, shoulder
speaking
pork on
of,
the pit, I seen you roll a pig the other day.
what did we, boy? We
How was that,
did.
dude?
Man, that was awesome. Saturday we did this past Saturday we did a little gumbo cook off at Papa Earl's Tailgate Festival in Baton Rouge next to the LaBerge Casino. It was fun, man. We had a great time. We did gumbo, white beans. We did j- jam jam burritos is what they call them. It's jambalaya in a burrito shell with some queso. Absolutely delicious. And we also rolled a pig. So, man, we had a great time. Pretty good turnout. Unfortunately, we didn't win. Them people's taste buds are terrible. That's all
Yeah,
I
they didn't know what they was
say.
tasting. That's why.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So we had a good time, man. We had a good week off of work. Well, I took off the week of Thanksgiving, the whole week, so I tried to do as much deer hunting as I could.
You
If
had
you
some pretty
ready,
good hunts, huh?
I give you a little run through of it real
Yeah, let's hear it,
quick,
brother.
boy. So it all starts on the Saturday before Thanksgiving. Hold on a second, guys. I'm jumping back in my notes to make sure I figure out the right dates for y'all. So November 24th, I made a hunt that evening. I didn't hunt that morning. That was a Saturday. Um, I got in the stand around 2:30, and when I tell you, I did not see a single deer until 5:15. Uh, and go figure, it's about a 60-pound doe, right? So that's okay, no problem. So that was kind of my hunt Saturday evening. Didn't shoot nothing. That was the only deer I saw. Sunday had some family obligations. We had to actually drive to Platenville, which is around Donaldsonville. We had a birthday party for my wife's godchild. And then we left there and we had to go do Thanksgiving at my mom's, which is great. It's always great to see family. You never get with family too much, you know. So it's good to
Absolutely.
see them. um, Kind of fast forward. We'll go forward a little bit to Monday. Monday, did we hunt Monday?
Um, what day did you bring Eli?
I didn't hunt Monday. Tuesday though was very exciting. My son, he's 4 years old, Eli. We brought him on his first deer hunt ever. My wife and I.
Heck yeah.
We brought him out to the camp. Man, we got there a little early. Let him run around, play around. He's been in the camp a few times and he absolutely enjoys it. When I tell you, bringing your child on their first hunt is a is a mix of emotions, boy. Let me tell you, it's fun. It's exciting. Just the possibility of what you may or may not see, and it's a little frustrating.
I know.
For
I'm gonna stop you right there.
yeah,
Zach was texting me and he's like, "Man, if you ever want to test your patience levels, bring your 4-year-old son into a deer blind with you,
yeah,
and that right there will do it."
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And listen, it's no fault of his own, man. He honestly, I'll give it to him. This child whispered the whole time, but he could not stay off the walls of that deer stand. Just
Boom, boom,
boom,
boom,
boom
boom, boom,
on the
boom, boom,
floor,
boom.
just boom, boom, boom. And look, dude, of course I got frustrated and I shouldn't have, but he still had a great time. We still had a great time. It was fun. I can't wait to bring him again. My wife actually even came with us. So we did not see anything, and there probably wasn't a deer within a 6 mile radius of our deer stand that day. But he enjoyed it, and we enjoyed it, and that's all that really matters. Um, so going on from there, I hunted Tuesday morning as well. So I drove back up to the camp, and actually Tuesday morning I took an e-bike to the stand, which was my first experience with an e-bike. And when I tell you I don't have one, I borrowed one, but I will be buying one. My wife doesn't know it yet, but it's happening.
Zach said he liked it so much he was gonna buy me and him one.
You must have cut out. I thought you said that I liked it so much I would buy the both of us one.
That's what you told me, dude.
Okay, I tell you what, if you guys on the YouTube start following and subscribing and liking some more videos, then maybe we can buy us
Maybe we
both
could get an
one.
e-bike, huh?
So, I hunted that morning. I ended up seeing 3 deer not long after daylight, and then about 8:45, I had a deer come out and walk 10 yards in front of the stand. Pretty good sized doe. Definitely should have took her, but I didn't. So I sent a video to my wife, and her response is, "Are we deer hunters or are we deer watchers?" Um, this year,
That sounds about right for Miss Allie.
this year I have done a lot of deer watching, and that's okay. Look, I enjoy watching the deer just as much as I do shooting the deer, seeing their patterns, seeing what they do, which we've talked about in previous podcasts. So that was my Wednesday morning hunt. Wednesday afternoon, I went back in, sat in the same stand, and did not see a single deer. Um, but that's how it goes. Thursday morning or Thursday, I did not hunt at all. We had Thanksgiving with the family. Oh, excuse me. We got up and went down to Raceland to have Thanksgiving with the family on Thursday. We got down there probably like 11, one grandma's house to the next grandma's house, and we didn't get home till like 9 o'clock Wednesday night. Um. Anyways, so we didn't get home till late. It was late, kind of sucked, but it was what it was.
Thanksgiving
Friday,
obligations, brother.
yeah, always, always. So let's see. I'm trying to see. Hold on, give me just 1 second, guys. I did not hunt. I did not hunt Friday morning.
Why
Oh yes, I
not?
did. I take that back. I did hunt Friday morning. Um, I hunted Friday morning. Uh, And when I tell you Friday morning was one of the best hunts I think I've had this year. Got
Oh, that
in,
was where you saw them bucks, huh?
yeah. But let me tell y'all, my alarm went off at 3:30 Friday morning, and and I was Thanksgiving hungover. Okay, and by that I mean food because I don't drink. And I put my phone on my chest and said I'd get up in a minute. And I woke back up at 5:30 with my phone still on my chest. And I wasn't even going to get up and go. And something told me, get up and go. So I said, all right, I got up, got up, got dressed, rolled out of here, man. It's like a 40-minute drive to the camp. I didn't get to the camp till like 6:35. And there were some other people hunting, but we at our camp we use the app Hunt Stand, and if you want to hunt in a stand, you have to reserve the stand so that way everybody knows where you're hunting. Not only for a safety aspect of things, but just so nobody gets blown out by another hunter. So I knew everybody was hunting, so I decided to go hunt split field, which is in the video that we just dropped on YouTube today. Check it out. And by today, I mean December 1st. So I decided to go hunt split field. I get in there, it's late. I walk in, it's plenty after daylight. It's already 7 o'clock. I get up in the stand. I'm sitting there and I'm just kind of down a little bit. Probably not going to see anything. I got in here late. And all of a sudden, here come 3 deer. And they mosey on in and they're eating at the feeder. And I'm debating. I'm like, should I shoot one? Should I not? Should I shoot one? Should I not? Should I shoot one? Should I not? And I'm watching them, I'm filming them. And just enjoying watching deer do what deer do. So I finally get my rifle up, and I get the crosshairs on one, and I'm looking at it, and I decide to look back up real quick, and I look up, and I look at the back corner of the food plot, just
there he is.
And there's a buck standing in that corner. So I said, all right. So I took my
that was the smaller buck, right?
Yeah. So I put my rifle down, and I watched this deer, and he comes in about halfway down the food plot. He looks, he checks, he sees them does. And it was the coolest thing because what he does from there is instead of coming straight in at the does, he goes back up the food plot across so the way the food plot set up real quick is you have food plot, oak strip in the middle, and then food plot on the left side. So the food plot split in half by probably 25 yards of oaks down the middle. So he goes all the way to the end through those oaks, and he comes back down the other side to get downwind of them does. Because we had a northeast wind. He gets downwind of them. They see him. They kind of bound off. He kind of goes in to check him. He ends up like 10 yards in front of the stand. And he just kind of postures up for me, man. Lets me take a beautiful picture of him. Young 6-point, probably be a pretty good deer in 3 years. He's probably 2 years old, so 4 or 5 years old. That deer would be really good. So he goes out to the middle of the food plot, checks these does. He kind of pushes them off into the woods. They go off. I'm like, all right, well, that's cool. Well, then the 3 does come back. And I say does. It was actually, there was a button buck and 2 does. They come back. They feed a little more, and then they work off. And so I'm just sitting there, and I'm on a high, man. You know what I mean? I didn't see a couple deer. I saw a young buck that's got great potential for the future. And then all of a sudden, I see a doe. She comes out the left side, across that one food plot, through that oak thicket, through the other food plot. And I'm like, okay, she was moving pretty quick. She wasn't stopping to eat nothing. No corn, no food plot, no acorns.
She was on a mission.
Yeah, she was rolling. And not 5 minutes behind her, here comes another little buck, and he just comes running out. 5 yards in front of the stand, ends up about 8 yards to the right of the stand, stands there. Once again, he kind of postures up, lets me take some good pictures, and he moves on off. He's a 9-point, and that deer's going to be.
He's gonna be a stud, bro.
He will be an absolute brute. And I'm actually going to make sure that I drop a picture of that in here, so that way y'all can see the deer I'm talking about if you haven't seen it on the YouTube video already.
Even next year, that deer is going to be hard to pass next year.
Yeah, I agree, but he's going to have to be passed because I think at 4.5, 5, he's going to be he might be one of the biggest deer we see on our plays. And we say that, and then again, he might keep a tight, tall rack. I don't know,
That's
but
fine. Yeah, I don't mind shooting them like that neither.
no, I absolutely love that too. So, um, so that's kind of what we had go on Friday morning, dude. It was a great hunt, one of the best hunts I made. So we ended up getting down about 9:45. A young man shot a doe. So we went over to our big power line spot, tried to help him track it, and unfortunately, he made a bad shot. He either shot her high or he shot her through the brisket. Very very little blood. Um, we kind of grit searched all over and just nothing. We didn't find anything. You're a little, you feel bad not only for the hunter but for the deer as well. You don't want to waste anything, but I truly believe this deer probably lived. I don't think she'll
That's
die.
good. That's always best case scenario is that the deer, it wasn't hurt so bad to where it's just gonna go off somewhere and die. But
Yeah,
if she'll live, that's always best case scenario.
yeah, no, absolutely. So it's kind of how the Friday morning went. I did not hunt Friday evening. Got home. We actually left, drove up to Baton Rouge, stayed at LaBerge Friday night. Did the cook off Saturday. Came home Saturday evening, and Sunday we just kind of, I say we hung out with the family. We did about 9,000 things. We didn't rest or relax or nothing.
It was a full day.
Yeah. So, but it was a good time, man. It really was a good week to kind of be off of work, spend time with family, get out in the woods and do some hunting that I haven't really been able to do a whole lot this year. So I was excited about that. And but we definitely have some cool things coming up. We have some cool guests coming up. We already have a guest lined up for our next podcast. But
Which will hopefully be what, Thursday?
yeah, we'll probably record one in a couple of days. It'll probably come out a week after we drop this one. Um,
I know
so
we also just planned. Sounds like Hilltop Outdoors, Mr. Chris Forsyth.
yeah,
I was on the phone with him today. It sounds like the 11th and 12th, if I'm not mistaken. Is that the right dates?
yeah, I think that's what you said.
Let me see. Let me check the calendar right quick. It was January 10th and 11th, or
Yeah.
9th, 10th, and 11th. That Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We got invited to head up to Mississippi to
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Chris Forsyth with Hilltop Outdoors to his camp to do a in-person podcast out at his
Yeah.
place. So that is something that we're super excited about. That'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Be a little something different, a little change of scenery, and get a
Absolutely.
guest on, and that's probably going to be a pretty good long podcast. This is a man who has bought a piece of property in Port Gibson, Mississippi, and kind of turned it into a deer heaven. So it'll be cool to kind of sit down and talk with him and see what he's done with his land, what he feeds, and what he's kind of gone through to change it from what it was to make it to what it is now. And it's an incredible story. And I really can't wait for y'all to hear that one. That was going to be an absolute banger of a podcast.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, no doubt about that.
yeah, so I'm excited, guys. We got a lot of things coming up. Unfortunate, I'm on call, and then I got a week break, and then Jared and I will be back up north working oil rigs for a week, and then Christmas to follow close after that. So it's going to be a busy month of December. We'll definitely get in the hunting when we can, as often as we can.
Yeah, I think as of right now, I plan to be back in the duck blind next weekend, and then the following weekend, I might make a hunt, but we're leaving that Sunday to go up north, so that'll be a scratch, and then throughout Christmas and New Year's will be. I'll get a lot. I'll get a decent amount of hunting in right there for sure in that little time frame.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but man, that's kind of what we have going on. Over the last week or so, last 2 weeks, we've gotten some hunting in. It's been fun. It's been enjoyable.
Yeah,
It's been
y'all stay tuned for this.
tiring.
Y'all stay tuned for this content of this Thanksgiving morning hunt because that'll be coming very soon. This
Yeah, y'all
podcast
probably
will
see
probably
that.
get posted
Y'all,
this week.
Y'all will probably see that one in about 6 months from now. Yes, this
What?
podcast
Come
will
on,
probably
man.
probably be
Get off
dropped
me.
this week.
Get off me.
What I'm waiting for is Mr. Jared Lane to drive over to Hammond, Louisiana, so I can give him a hand with the editing, as he's been
Yeah,
asking me to do.
that needs to happen. I need to learn. I
Yeah.
need some tips and tricks, and but yeah, that has to happen for sure.
Yeah. Oh, and being on call and missing out on my the first of our Arkansas trips this year. So I'm gonna be honest with you. The way my year's going, I don't know if I'm gonna ever make it up there.
You need to get up there.
Yeah. So, but we'll see. But anyways, guys, I think that'll wrap up Hunting the Boot episode number 5. We're gonna let Mr. Jared Elaine send us off on a prayer, if you would.
Yes, sir. All right. Dear Lord, we want to thank you again for letting us come together tonight and share our activities and our stories with everybody that's following along with us. And we just want you to know, Lord, that without you, that none of this would be possible, and that we're grateful for all the opportunities that you give us and all the things in life that we're able to do that maybe some people aren't, Lord. And we just want you to know that we never take all of the things that you give us for granted. And we want you to ask that you keep a special eye over everybody in our hunting community, keep everybody safe and keep everybody protected, especially through these holidays, that everybody gets to fellowship and gather in your name, Lord, that we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. There it is, brother.
Hey,
Zach,
look, guys, real quick while we're on here, I was just thinking about something. Man, we do a Bible study online on 7 p.m. on Wednesday nights.
absolutely.
If anybody is interested, please shoot us a DM on Hunting the Boot or my personal Facebook page, Zachary Leonard, or Mr. Jared Elaine's personal Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. If you want to message us on here,
Anywhere, it doesn't matter.
yeah, we will send y'all a link, and y'all please feel free to join us. We would love to have y'all. So
yeah, absolutely. Just like we're trying to grow this community, just as much we're trying to grow our community and followers and believer of Christ.
yeah,
Because at the end of the day, without our faith and without everything that we do, God always comes first. So
absolutely.
that community is by far way bigger and way more important than the extracurricular activities that we get to partake in, and it's all because of him. So if you guys are interested, or even if you just have questions, or if you're to the point in your life to where maybe you're just curious and wanting to know more, want somebody to talk to, man, reach out. We're here, and if we don't have answers, we have a lot of connections that can get any answers that you need for you.
And I tell you what, if we don't have the answers, we have a book that probably does.
Look, it's right here. This book right here has every answer for you, brother.
That's right. That's right. So once again, guys, we thank y'all for tuning in to Hunt the Boot podcast episode 5. And we look forward to bringing y'all the more and the best. I'll get it out in a minute. We look forward to bringing y'all the best content that we can. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Peace.